Hello everyone, welcome to a brand new episode of Hustle Today. Following the series of interviews that I have been taking recently of young boys and girls in their early 20s who have started to take steps towards building a better future for themselves, I bring to you yet another story of a young guy from Bhopal. So meet Saurabh. He is a young guy, 22 years old from Bhopal, and he was trying to set his foot in the YouTube space, trying to build himself as a digital influencer, and he took the step of joining DDIP. And within 2 months, he has scaled his revenue, his income from 20,000 per month to 60,000 per month. All of this while building a community of professionals and entrepreneurs and investors of 600 members. All of this in 2 months as a digital freelancer and content creator. That is something that is very interesting. So let's get Saurabh on the call and get to know about his journey. Hello, Saurabh. Good afternoon. How are you doing?
I'm going free, sir. I'm doing pretty good. What about you?
So just introduce yourself a little bit to the audience.
Okay. Myself, I am Saurabh Sabu, and I am a digital freelancer. Right now, I'm having a community of startups and entrepreneurs that is Pitch. Apart from this, I'm also running a YouTube channel that is Snapkills. So altogether, I am a content creator and a social media marketer. And I'm from the batch Meta, batch 16, and I'm proud of it.
Okay, great. That's a very sweet and nice and short introduction. So let's take us to your past. Like, what was your background? How did you start all of this? What were you trying to do before you came to DDIP?
Before DDIP, I was a YouTuber. Like I am a YouTuber. I would say I was just a small content creator. Just started with my younger sister. She was very young to me. Like we are having a gap of eight years, and I started making videos. Like I make her sit in my side, and I just make videos as we started as a trailer reaction channel. Okay. Then I made it to vlogs, travel videos, tech videos. Though I covered the YouTube content creation part, but I was not able to master the marketing part of it. I was not able to, generate revenue out of it as a very good marketing as a marketer. So I thought to push myself as a marketer more. So I learned more. I connected with more people. I networked a lot. So I learned about the influencer marketing and the marketing side of it, how brands work around content creation, how brands work with it, and how we can make money out of it. How can we start a business out of it, to be precise. So then I started I started pitching people. I started pitching brands for their social media marketing, for their social media management. And there it all started. It was a boom for me. And I just started up as my footprints into the market, and just worked for me.
Okay.
And then I joined DDIP. It was like it just evolved like anything, and now I'm here.
Okay, so we'll get to that. That's a good overview of your journey. But let's go a little bit in detail. So you said that you're trying to set your foot in the YouTube space and trying to build your name as a digital influencer. Can you tell me what motivates you, or what motivated you to try that space?
One of my friend, his name is Sahil. He told me about I was an introvert guy when I started this YouTube thing. I was an introvert guy. I just love talking with people lively. I love talking with people, but still I was not with creation. I was not good with cameras. I would love speaking a lot. But then he introduced with me with camera, introduced with me this YouTube world. And I just loved the way people were, looking into this. I just loved that, to be honest, the fame, the love which YouTubers get. So that's how it started. And while I started, as DD said, to start, you have to start it. If you will not start, you won't be getting to anywhere. So I started it like anyhow. I started it. I was doing it with my sister, and I just loved the journey, and it just evolved.
Awesome. So the motivation primarily was about getting known, getting recognized, getting famous.
Yes.
And I
Yeah.
don't relate to it because there was this time where even I was thinking like, okay, I want to try that space and do it. But it's always about that first step that you're missing.
Exactly.
Now you wanted to take it a step ahead and then you joined DDIP. So how did joining DDIP happen in the midst of all of this?
Uh, uh, Deepak sir, I was following Deepak sir in like since 3 years when I started researching about marketing, digital marketing, social media marketing, and while I was learning a lot of things, I started researching a lot. And while researching, I got to know about Deepak sir, about like he's in the top tiers of digital marketers. So obviously, I got to know about him. I researched about him. I got into his funnel. I got into his email list, and I was following his email list. I was following his social media pages. I was following him on email. I read all the emails. I was following. So when this DD internship started, I was a bit curious. I was like, because at that time I was not knowing very well. I was not aware about digital marketing very well. So then I thought, like, what is this course all about? So I joined one webinar. So at that time I was not having much knowledge about digital marketing. I was like, okay, fine. So I got to know about the terms. Then I researched about it. Then it made me more confident. Then I followed DD sir on YouTube,
Mhm.
and I saw various interviews of DD sir. So it was like that was the awesome moment for me, like the good to go moment.
Okay.
Like now I should start. Actually, now I need a mentor. I need DD sir with me to consult to go do my business. So that's how it started.
So one of my mentors, Vijay Kumar, he's a copywriter. He says, when the student is ready, the teacher appears. And in the first instance, it didn't make a lot of sense to me, but now it makes so much of sense to me. Every time I'm ready to learn something, I get clarity, okay, whom and where I'm going to learn from, even though I had been seeing those ads for a long time.
Yeah.
So I can relate from your case. Now, when you took the plunge and when you decided to start with the internship program, can you highlight or can you pick out the few of the main assignments which helped you or were of most benefit to you?
Okay. I can. Honestly, the content creation was easy for me as a YouTuber, I would say.
Mhm.
But the website part, the technical side of it, the website creation, blog writing, I was not a good person in writing. I even don't like scripting my vlogs or scripting my videos. I I just love to be like to be on the scam and I just speak it. So I don't like scripting. So I was not a good writer at all. So DD made me realize the importance of writing, actually writing and blogging and honestly personal branding, the importance of personal branding. While I was creating a lot of content, but I was not taking that importance of personal branding. While I was being a personal brand, but still I was not knowing about the importance and the whole business or the whole revenue model out of it, the whole the plan out of it. I was not knowing about it. But after completing those steps, those lessons, those weeks assignments, that really made me literally like it pushed me a lot to scale up to this level. And honestly, my website, I just whenever I look into my website, I'm like yo, that's my website, that's my domain. I'm having my own domain, my name. That's pretty awesome for me. That's pretty impressive. It's a different feeling. It's a kind
I
of different
can
feeling.
I can relate to that.
Yeah.
Now, on the same lines, I have a question. Since you were into content creation already and trying to set your foot in the social media space as well,
Yeah.
and you also said that you were an introvert.
Yeah.
So, how were week 6 and week 12 for you? Week 6, the social media, and the week 12 about sales.
it, yeah, it was pretty good. It was pretty like lead generation part. I loved the lead generation part, like the whole the system out of it, how the tools and all.
That's
That
week
is
7. That's week 7.
that's week 7. Like yeah,
How about
after
week 6 and week 12? Was there anything like special that stuck out to you in the social media one and the sales one?
social media part was like the community building part, I would say. In social media part, I would say the community building thing was that was something which covered Hey Pitch, which covered my community, which made actually sense for me starting Hey Pitch, and which evolved me as a to make this network of startups and entrepreneurs of that's why I
So,
scaled it.
so that was kind of the genesis of the idea of creating a community of 600 people, is it?
Yeah, actually it was because it the importance of giving value. Because I created the community, but I was not giving value. I was not able to create value. I was not knowing what to do, how to do, and because I thought that I'm not an entrepreneur. I'm a freelancer. How can I give value to startup big entrepreneurs? How can I provide them something which I'm good at? But then DD actually made me realize that self-worth and the thing which you're good at, you have to do it. So
Hmm.
that's how Hey Pitch is evolving, and I don't know, it's really going great.
Great. Nice to know about your story, how you started somewhere and then you started to, take steps and action towards it. Now, how has it benefited you? Like you created a community of 600 people and you
Yeah,
increased the revenue by 4x. Tell
yeah.
me a little bit more about it. How did that happen? What action exactly did you take?
Okay, for that I would say you have to take TD's course first. You have to learn the community building process, and you have to learn the revenue model for that. But as you have asked my plan and my strategies. But yes, honestly, the what community does is when you put up value, the community thing, like you have a person, you will create an image, you'll create an image, and you'll create a trust factor between your audience. You create a connection between your audience, and that connection actually generates revenue to you in future. Not at that particular time, but in future it will create. So giving value, taking value, and connecting with your audience, that's more important. So
Hmm.
that's why I scale up. Like I can tell that, like, I started with just 100 or 200 people, 100 200 startups, but now I have literally 600 entrepreneurs, and they are actually, and they're actually active in my community. People are hiring each other, people are connecting with each other, people are getting help. If they want a startup space, they are actually connecting and talking, and it's like a very healthy environment. I created an ecosystem for people,
Mhm.
and that's why people love my community, my space, and they come and they suggest they want more people to come over there. They just I Every day I used to get random text message on my WhatsApp, like, please join this, this person, he also wants to connect with you. And I'm like I'm like, that's so overwhelming for me. I'm seriously, I'm like, that's so overwhelming. I like, seriously, it's actually very it feels very awesome when people wants to connect with you and people wants to come into your community and want to get your services. Because while putting up some values, I also put up my services, and if they want, if they are in a need, they also grab my services, and I put up some offers, I put up some good information to them, I've given them some good values, I even connect them with some investors, I try to connect them with some investors. I have some, I won't say I have a very good investor network, but I have some investors with me. So then if a very good startup, if they want some funding, or if they want to raise some funding also, so I just try to get that into the eyes of investors, and they connect with each other, and that's how they talk. So
Okay, that's very interesting. Let
yeah,
me rewind a little bit. You
yeah,
said that you started this community after joining, like in week 6, the whole idea of creating a community. And you
yeah,
also said that you had 100 people in the beginning. That's what you started with. So
yeah.
how did you approach those first 100 members for your community?
As I said, as I said, DD just want us to start. So I approached, I had, because I have started as in social media marketing of like 2 years back. I have some people in my network, as in from BNS, from Startup Nest and all. So I had some people with me. So I contacted them. I connected. I started the community. I gave them that platform that this is a place for this purpose. So eventually, when I started putting up content in that, and when I started engaging with them, they felt it was amazing. They felt it was interesting, and they pushed me. They connected more people. They made it more like I did some techniques for that, and after that I boosted it on social media. I did some like thing which Didi taught me to connect with more audience and building blogs. So that's how I did it. Like
Now, that's
I
very
had
interesting.
some, I had some good networks. I have good some small connections with me. To start somewhere, I have to start somewhere. So
So the people were what you have to drive through
yeah,
the setup, and the setup is what you learned how to create, and you also learned how to create that lubrication through the content that you started to generate more after doing DDIP. That's very interesting. Now, how did that scale in revenue from 20,000 to 60,000? How did that happen?
uh, honestly, sir, that's big. It's all because of the family I have, the community, the family. It's all because of the mentorship I got from Didi. Because I personally think that if I didn't know about the trust factor, if I didn't know about the in value giving part, if I didn't know about the engagement part, I won't be able to do this. Because honestly, the community, there's a community, they actually approach me that, can you do the social media branding for me? Can you consult me for personal branding? Because I have did it. I have shown them that I know how to do this. And like I would say, now I love pitching a lot, but it doesn't I don't need to pitch a lot, because people actually come to me.
So
Startups
you
actually approach me.
so you started to understand the consumer psychology, and you started to pivot your content creation according to that. That's
Yes,
what I
yes,
get
yes.
from what you're saying.
Exactly, exactly.
That's very interesting. And through referrals and everything, I think from my experience,
So
as
word of mouth is the biggest marketing, I would say.
exactly,
Like,
exactly. That's what I was getting at. So you said the same thing. Wonderful. So what are your future plans now?
uh, first of all, future plans, I would say building this to a million user base. Building, I would say I'm starting to I'm thinking to launch a platform, a different a web application for this. Like if people are really liking the platform, then I'm really thinking to start a application out of this. I'll thinking to start HeyPage as a web application, and it will be on Play Store.
Awesome, awesome.
And
And
yes, apart from this, more on marketing side, I would say I am converting my freelancing business is to a full-time agency business. I'm starting as an agency. I'll be registering this year as an agency with my partner. So
wonderful. Best wishes to you for your plans and for your future.
sure.
Any final thoughts and some words for the audience who are who are watching this video?
For everybody who is watching right now, first of all, if you are somebody who is just thinking to take this course, then please don't think, just take the course. Because I am a live example. I'm like a very good thing. I think a lot. I research a lot. I think a lot. I talk a lot. So I have researched a lot. So please don't think much. Just take this course and just push yourself and start doing it. Don't think much. And if you are like if you are if you are good with, and if you are a startup, if you are an entrepreneur, if you are a business enthusiast, then please do join my community. That I
Awesome.
would say.
Sure. Awesome. That would be great. Even I'll be
Yeah,
looking forward to join your community.
sure, sir. Definitely, definitely. Yeah, please, please.
Thank you, Saurabh, for
Thank you so
sharing your
much.
story with us. And I wish all the best to you and hoping to interview you soon when you have a
Sure,
million
sure,
customers.
sure, sure, sure. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much.
Bye bye.
Pleasure talking to you. Thank you.